Chapter 10. The Minister in Love. After some time, the minister left the forest. He looked back at Hester, dressed in her dark dress, and Pearl dancing on the edge of the stream. Their meeting had not been a dream after all. On the way home, Dimmesdale thought about the plans he had made with Hester. They had decided to go to England together. There was a ship waiting in the port of Boston, which would sail to Bristol in 4 days' time. When that ship left, he, Hester, and Pearl would be on it. But before that, he had to give a sermon for the townspeople in honor of the new governor of Boston. At least, Dimmesdale thought to himself, they won't be able to say that I didn't do my duty. People will think well of me after I've gone. Unfortunately, the minister was fooling himself. No man can wear one face in public and another in private for very long. Sooner or later, the real Dimmesdale would be revealed. The meeting with Hester had given him a new energy. He hurried towards the town, remembering that only a few hours ago he had walked so wearily over the same ground. Everything was familiar, but now it all felt so different. Was this feeling love? As Dimmesdale was walking down the street, he met one of the oldest members of his church, a wise and respectable widow. Although she was poor, her heart was full of rich memories about her husband and friends, who were all dead now. Usually, whenever she met the minister, he gave her words of comfort from the Bible. Now, the minister couldn't remember any helpful texts. They spoke for a few minutes and went their separate ways. Dimmesdale couldn't remember what he had said to her, but it seemed to make the old lady very happy. Next, he met a young woman, one of the youngest members of his church. The girl was beautiful, and her heart was pure as snow. Dimmesdale knew that the girl loved him, and that one wicked suggestion or word of encouragement from him would make this white, innocent flower turn black. He covered his face with his cape and walked past the girl without saying a word. The evil spell which troubled me and tempted me to do bad things has gone, the minister thought to himself. Hester has freed me. Just then, Mistress Hibbins walked by. The townspeople called her the Witch Lady and thought she was insane. She looked into the minister's face and seemed to read his thoughts. With a strange smile, she began a conversation with him. Reverend Dimmesdale, I see you often visit the forest, she said. Next time, let me know, and I'll go with you. I can promise you a meeting with the strange dark figure who lives there, she added mysteriously. I'm sorry, madam, answered the Reverend. I'm confused by your words, and don't know what you mean. There is no dark figure in the forest. I went to see a friend of mine, Father Elliot. He lives near the forest. Laughed the strange lady. I know what I know. She walked away, still laughing, but looked back 3 times and smiled at him, as if they were close friends. People say that strange woman belongs to the devil, thought the young man with a shudder. Have I sold myself to him, too? The minister was glad when he reached home. His half-finished sermon was on the table, but it had been written by the man he used to be. That man was gone, and another man, stronger, wiser, and happier, had returned from the forest. While he was busy with these thoughts, there was a knock at the door of his room. Come in, called the minister, and Roger Chillingworth entered the room. Welcome home, said the doctor. I know you went to see Father Elliot in the forest, but you look pale. Let me help you so that your heart and body will be strong enough to give your sermon on Sunday. No, thank you, replied the minister. The fresh air in the forest has helped me. In fact, I don't think I need any more of your drugs or help, my friend, he added. Chillingworth studied the minister as a doctor studies his patient. He was convinced that the minister had been with Hester Prynne, not Father Eliot, but decided to say nothing about it. Well, he said, I'm very happy to hear that you feel better. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, said Dimmesdale with a strange smile. I'll thank you by praying for you. Later that night, the minister threw the old sermon into the fire and began to write a new one. The night flew by, and Dimmesdale was still writing when the sun's golden rays glowed through his curtains in the morning.